So I'll say indeed and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. I don't know why I'm doing any of that. Today's stream topic is about taking responsibility. I feel a little bit delirious, got a little bit out of it, because I've been eating sugar, and I haven't been eating sugar today. I don't know if it's low blood sugar that I'm feeling right now, but it feels like mild headache and like in and out of consciousness kind of vibe. Maybe that not exactly consciousness, maybe more presence, kind of presence. I should take better care of myself. It's not that bad, bro. Like people do what you did always, and they're fine. I'm just dramatic. That's what's happening. I notice my brain feeling different, and then my mind takes that as you have irreversibly ruined your life. No, it's not how it works, bro. Charax. It's not that big a deal. Dan the man. Hey, bro. It's nice seeing you here, dude. Sending you lovin's. I am gonna wait a few more minutes for a few more friends to be here, and then I'm gonna show you something. There, right there. It's in my field of vision right now. I can see it from here. It is something. Is something. It exists now, and it didn't exist before. My stickers arrived, and not only that, but I also made a little home for them, so they can have a nice little space to stay when they're on the shelves. I'm trying to get myself a little bit more figured out here. Here we go. I feel still out of it. Surprise, surprise. But I do take responsibility. That is actually what I want to talk about today. Today's topic was inspired by something kind of trivial. You know when you use the last squares of toilet paper and then you don't replace the toilet paper. You know? Don't do that. But I did. I was one of those. And it was like a last night kind of thing. And then this morning I changed it. But from last night, John still thought it was not changed. And then I see him going to go and get toilet paper. And I go, you don't have to do that. It's already done. And he looks at me and he's like, no, I'm pretty sure. And he says, someone. He says the words, I'm pretty sure someone finished the toilet paper and then didn't replace it. And I go, no, I was someone, and someone has now replaced the toilet paper. Right? And there was no fighting, there was no like it was just like banter, just kind of banter. But in that moment, it became clear to me that I have become very comfortable with taking responsibility for my own failures, for my own shortcomings, for my own being less than perfect, right? And I can feel my brain, my literal brain, like the thing that is saying these words right now or whatever, feels like it's glitching or lagging. And again, it's this weird balance of, am I that thing? Is that thing responsible for having eaten so much sugar? And it's not that much, is it? That's more sugar than I need to eat. But love is true. I take responsibility and I show up. Responsibility? Responsibility? What's that? Responsibility. Not quite yet responsibility. What that do? I don't think I think about it. We'd be better off without it. Is that a poem? Maybe. Love is true. Hi Mel. I had a really shitty day on Saturday and I think I need to make the decision to remove certain old friends from my life. When can you tell if an old friendship isn't worth salvaging? Ew, this is a heavy one. Fit. But I have been in experiences or in circumstances like that. And it was, for me, also a very difficult thing to cope with. Unfortunately, the friendship I was in, I don't know if the friendship was necessarily in and of itself bad for me. I did realize that this friendship required something of me, right? That I had to be that kind of person for that kind of friendship, right? And in that way, that already put me in a spot where I was aware of this friendship is almost transactional in that nature, right? But then, as this friendship continued, as this person grew in their own ways, our trajectories changed, right? And I feel that's the thing that really made it very clear for me that even though I love this person and I appreciate the friendship that we've had up until that point, I know that our trajectories are different. That whether we want to or not continue being friends, the places we're going aren't the same places, right? And it's not a financial thing, it's more a personal preference thing, right? If you love the beach and being having your feet in the sand and hearing the crashing waves, and the other person loves the jungle, right, where there's mud and waterfalls, right, they're gonna go to separate places and they won't be there together, right? So that's, if I can give you any advice, how I think you can look at it, right? If the friendship is worth salvaging, it's only because you know that this friend wants to go the same places you want to be going, right? In your own spiritual journey, in your own professional journey, and how you live your life. So if they don't want to go where you're going, then it might not be worth salvaging, right? And it's not from a perspective of don't support your friends' dreams, but from a perspective of if they want to continue existing in one way and you do not see yourself existing in that way, then you're not going to be existing together. Not from a ultimate perspective like life and death, but from a immediate perspective, as in whether or not you find yourself in a room with them. I don't know if that helped fit. Uh, to give you more context, I did the weak thing and basically told that friend on a message. You know, they were like being adamant about seeing me, and I basically let them know that I don't think our literally use that exact verbiage. I don't think our trajectories are compatible. All right, where we want to go with life do not seem to be at odds. And this friend of mine, ex friend of mine, this person in my life, uh, went down the, like, not exactly emo, maybe it's grunge. I don't know what they call themselves, but dressing in black collars with spikes, uh, you know, like having plastic surgery done. Like, and again, your body, your choice, but it's like a trajectory thing, right? Like, I do not want to go there. I'm sorry. I don't want to go there. Just don't. And then, of course, it's awkward because, she felt like, she did something wrong or fell short somehow and wanted to see me. And then I go through to Earth Dawns. No, to White Rabbit with Adam. And then Adam is also friends with this friend. So, as I'm staying at Johan's place, he's staying at their place. And they're talking about me and about this situation of me kind of ending the friendship, and she wants to see me, and she tells Adam how if only she could see me and have the conversation in person, it would make more sense, and it would be, like better, yada yada yadas. And then it becomes clear that we're gonna go through, well, he's gonna go through to her place again before he goes back to Zimbabwe. And in my mind, I have obviously two choices. Option one, I do not go, right? I just say no. No, I actually don't want to experience that awkward energy of telling someone I no longer want to be their friend, right? Actually, I don't want to do that. And then I think to myself again about trajectories, right? Like the point of me not wanting to be friends with this person in the first place is because of trajectories. And now, in me severing this friendship because of our trajectories, I am creating now two new trajectories, right? One trajectory that I have responsibilities for is that of the coward. And that's the way that I articulated it in my mind at that point. This is not me saying how it is, but how I thought of it, right? One is the path of the coward, and one is the path of the person that shows up for the uncomfortable moments as well, right? And I was faced with that option. Like I can either cower, hide away from this person and not face the responsibility, not own up to the responsibility of the feelings that got hurt, or I cannot do that. I can show up and stand in the face, stand in the face of pain if I need to. And doing that, actually doing that, going through with that, at least for me, made me feel like I'm a stronger person for it. So I hope that helped. I see there's a few friends here. I'm gonna read your comment now, Fit. I'm not done with your line of inquiry just yet. But I have something here to show ye. What's that? What's this? What's them's? Right? So cool. Let me take one out of its packaging because this film does a lot to hurt the colors. Morning, Pocho. Look at that. They could be better. The snob that is myself literally will take a freaking magnifying glass to the pixels. And I did. I had no magnifying glass, but I brought them really close and pixel peeped. And I can see the particles. Maybe it's not particles, maybe it's speckles, little dots, little micro jet dots. I can see the resolution, if you will, of the printer. I can see it. And that displeases me. And yet, I am looking at features literally as thin as human hairs. Literally. Right? There are features that are as thin as human hairs on this sticker. And I can make them out. So I guess I shouldn't be that. Right? So the stickers got made. One more time. And that's the size of them as well. Melt! You have two big hands. I'll show you here. This is the cap of a cold drink bottle. So a little bit bigger than that. I think it would be nice. And then they have this backing layer, as you can see. You peel that off, and then behind stays this layer. And I don't know if you can see. Again, maybe I can catch the light. Yeah, there you go. That also has a plastic layer over it. You see how that sticker has like a little thingy there? Then you put the sticker on the surface and then you pull that layer off of it again, which reveals even more clarity. One friend, John Mann, has already gotten a flower and he put it on his guitar for free. I gave it to him for free. Didn't even have to charge him for it. The first one is free. Melt, how much would it cost to cover my house in stickers? You'll have to tell me what the surface area of your house is. But it could be done. I would love, I would like literally love. Like there's few things that I would love as much as to cover your house in flowers. Like actually. So on that note of covering houses in flowers, obviously I'm not just gonna plop them down on a counter just like that, right? That wouldn't be exactly the most presentable way of doing it. So last night, I made a box. I made a box for me flowers. There be my names. There be a space for the little flowers to go into. I did technically leave a little bit of brown cardboard box open, just for like a hint, for those who are genuinely curious, they can see the little bit of cardboard brownness. But and I could have obviously closed those holes up, but I chose not to. Yeah, I am very, very satisfied with how my little boxy turned out. I do want to put a QR code with my link tree in the middle there. But these stickers, bro, can you mercy? Oh, can you have some mercy on myself? Do they fit like that? They could. They could fit like that. 3-stack it. But yeah, I'll probably put them in there loosey goosey, and then people can shimmy, can shuffle, and can find in there what they want. Meltmore sticker box, sweet, right? You like it? I hope so. I'm super proud, as you might have noticed. Especially like the way I did this little front piece. This was inspired by John's advice as well. That little face that I covered too. Like there was a little hole of brown right there. Alright. I put sticker back. Literally all of these stickers would fit in this one box. Every single one of them. I don't know if I'm gonna do that though. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No desire to be goth more. No. I would still have goth makeup done, as a skit or as a Halloween thing. But it's not even about the goth. It's more about the whole aesthetic and the conversations and the demeanor and the way you are made to feel, the way I am made to feel when I am faced with that as an experience, right? There's just so much that I'm like, no, how about no? That would make an excellent stash box. Can I buy one? Jovan actually made her stash box out of my flowers. I would like to make little stash boxes of my flowers. I would like to do that, but again, bro, like I'm a snob. My art is expensive to me, and my time is even more expensive to me. And using both my art and my time to make a box would make it expensive. And I would feel bad in charging you the amount of money I want for it. So I won't. And then I'll be like, I'm never doing that again. And then I don't. But I'll make you this promise. If you buy the box, nice little wooden stash box or whatever, and you bring it to me when you come visit South Africa or something, I will decorate it for you. That I can promise. Love is true. Sending you love and Nancy. It's nice having you. Fit. I broke up with a best friend I had for 30 years, and what I can tell you is that you know when it's time to make that cut within your heart. I appreciate the advice, saying that you had to be saying that you had to be a certain way or that relationship required you to be a certain way really rings true. You know, that is the unfortunate thing about like our relationship sometimes. Because some people will again allow you almost to be a certain version of yourself and you might love that version of you. Some people might love a certain version of you and then will want that, right? I have dubbed it, at least in my life, emotional CPR. When you have to like keep doing chest compressions emotionally. When I say it in such words, I went out for drinks Saturday with my partner, friends who I used to be close with, and felt uncomfortable the whole time. They ended up making my partner upset and whispering in her ear about every perceived flaw I have. It ended badly, and I can't shake it ever since. I've been walking around with a cloud on my brain. Uh, how is your relationship with your partner? Right, that's the thing that I'm really in that all and discomfort, is kind of on them. And if you got away from it, still partner, then I feel like it's a good thing. There's more here, and I want to show you. I want to show you cool things. This is the stick that John liked the most. So I'm gonna go and get a guitar quickly and show you what the stickers look like on a surface. Before I go deeper. Let me not drop my things. Thank you, Melt, for being so cognizant. John Manu. It's okay, I just wanted to tell him I'm gonna take his guitar. I'm using the guitar to kill some flies against the window. What? No! Oh, yeah. There we go. Hello, friends. Look at that. That's what it looks like when it's on a surface and it had all of its layers removed. John's guitar has been blessed by a little flower. Yeah, and it's still, you can still feel it. You can see the thickness of it kind of from the side. What? No. No. What now? There we go. I still have not added heat to my Dynamap. I've just been excitedly sharing with you friends all of the excitement. Womp. Sam, knowing the path and walking the path are so different in terms of difficulty. I'm sorry you had to do that. Any lessons? Good question to ask. The realness of these stickers. You like them? You like these stickers? And now you got to see them on a surface as well. This is one of my favorites. I'm very happy with how they turned out. This sticker was literally made with this shirt. See those greens and blues? Loving to all, love is to you. Thank you, Kristen, for being here with us too. I see Jovan's name. Rolling through the rolling hills, loving you all. Great big bunches. We love you too, Zhao. Thank you for finding a moment. Sam, true. I love her still. Regrets? She was a basilisk and I had to protect myself. Melt, how much would it cost to cover my house in stickers? It would be expensive. Like, I think 3 feet by 3 feet. Is that the right numbers? might be 3 feet by 2 feet. 3 feet by 2 feet would be $55. So yeah, I think it would be a little bit expensive, but printing flowers at that size, right, at the maximum size the printer can print at, and then sticking those massive flowers onto your house, that would look insane. And I would pay to see that. You know, never mind getting paid to see that. I would pay. I'll probably do it to my own house someday and drive my kids insane. Poisonous, mythical creatures make terrible friends. True. But sometimes we realize that if a relationship isn't feeding us, it's best to step away from that fractal. Remove the interaction that tastes bitter if they have no responsible purpose, if they have no reasonable purpose in your life. So interesting, we're talking about this as well. This is a conversation that came up between me and a beloved friend, all right? That there is almost like a, I'm trying to mesh what Jopo just said, like an interaction thing, right? If you are made to feel a certain way every single time you interact with a certain person, and that feeling you are made to have is not a good one, then maybe that's not a good person to spend time with, right? Maybe that's not the type of person you should allow any access to your emotional buttons, right? That's the way I try to see it, at least. Meltmore sticker box, sweet, bless, feeding us. Yeah, I've known her since I was 2. Fuck me for not noticing. I thought she was normal. Yeah, because you never got to not see normal. You never got to see normal. My brain, please. I take responsibility for my brain not working good. But I'm still begging, please. Maybe I need to go and eat something. I do want to. At least that's easy. Stickers look good, man. Thank you, bro. Nancy, thank you for asking. The storm went right past me. Luckily, it wasn't bad. It's still breezy, but no damage to speak of. Bless. I'm happy to hear that, bro. It's a little rainy. Thank you, friend, for letting us know that you're okay. All right, I can read here. Is this going to be stable? Stable enough. Joe, I find it extremely difficult to detach from people. It has caused me problems in the past and continues to. And I don't know which particular unhealthy attachment style I have, but it's one of them. Love is true. I'm adding heat. Taking responsibility. All right. That has been a long time coming, and now it is done. Taking responsibility. My mind is going down this rabbit hole of like almost like taking it. Like the responsibility was someone else's and you took it from them. The responsibility of evolution. Does responsibility fall on something like evolution? Is it our responsibility to evolve? Those are the questions that are ruffling my feathers right now. I do think it's our responsibility to evolve, right? I feel like as soon as the lights switch on, metaphorically speaking, suddenly the responsibility of evolution falls on you, right? But at the same time, that feels like taking responsibility, where you technically don't need to have any, right? You could just isolate yourself from society, go and live in a hut somewhere, you know, do like Chad. There's a guy on YouTube named Chad. He's he's very cool. I love his content, but he lives somewhere on the planet. I think it's on his property. I think he's super rich as well. He's super good looking. He's very healthy, it seems at least. But he lives in a hut that he built himself, and he rummages, scavenges for food. There's probably still some conscious evolution happening with editing the videos and setting up shots and framing things correctly. But I see that fractal and I imagine someone doing that without all of the filming, right? Without all of the intention to create content out of it, without all of the want to share, right? Again, that want to share is evolution in my mind, right? Because I don't think, at least, there are many creatures that want to share how they feel. It's a unique human capacity to be able to share how we feel. And again, thinking about this responsibility we have when it comes to feelings, that you have a responsibility as soon as you enter with an exchange, with a conversation, with a, like interaction, a connection with a person, you take a certain level of responsibility for their emotions. Sure, it's not ultimately your fault how they interpret you, but it is ultimately your responsibility to at least consider. To at least consider. And again, not everybody takes that responsibility seriously. Some of us don't really think our words have any power. Some of us have been told they don't. Alright, so it's definitely a mixed bag. Goths are exhausting. They're just too much. I haven't met many, so I can't really make a clear judgment like that. What? That would make an excellent stash box. Can I buy one? It would be pretty cool as a stash box. I want to turn my little bamboo tray that I have into a psychedelic flower like that as well. I will. I will. For me, it's just a matter of glue. Like, what glue am I supposed to use? Should I sand it before I start putting the pieces of paper on? After I put the pieces of paper on, am I going to resin seal it? Because it's going to be used, as in it will see a lot of surface area exchanges, right? So it needs to be durable. Should I use a higher quality paper? Because the flowers I have right now was printed with a pretty basic inkjet. I think an inkjet printer has like these vials full of liquid ink next to it. I think the laser printers are higher quality. And then also just on normal A4s, like normal paper, not photographic paper. If I do photographic paper, will that be too thick? will it not be as malleable because there will be slopes and edges and corners that I have to go around. You know, all these questions will apply if we cover your house in flowers as well. I'm starting to build the mental infrastructure. Joe, how are you doing with this series? Weather, bless again for asking. Love is true. Faith is the first tool in my arsenal. Okay, I've been oversleeping and I need to go do stuff before work. Enjoy, everyone. Love you, Nancy. Thank you for spending some time with us. Have a good one. Taking responsibility when the responsibilities aren't necessarily ours to take. Yeah. And again, there's like there's a certain pride involved in that as well. Right? Like maybe it's someone else's responsibility to cook food tonight, but you don't necessarily like their cooking. So you'll take that responsibility from them and start preparing. Like you'll start sauteing some onions at least. Right. So there's at least some nice flavors or whatever. Just to take some of that, and again, like it's a pride thing of like what you want, and maybe they like that. Maybe a part of them approves of them not having to cook food. And in that way, you taking that responsibility from them, you're not only you're maybe benefiting them with a time perspective, but you're like hurting them from an experience perspective. So I don't. Again, there's a lot to be responsible for, a lot, and none of us have just like dropped dead from taking responsibility. None of us, at least. Maybe people used to, but none of us. Like none of us have farted in the car, admitted it was us who farted, and then upon admittance, just like dropped dead out of embarrassment. Fortunately not. So we can take responsibility for embarrassing moments and survive, continue forward, right? So it's maybe like a perspective of getting better at taking responsibility, realizing that we're gonna be fine even if we do. Name any bigger cause of grief in our lives than that, Joe. I was just talking about this yesterday with someone. Some people just take responsibility for everything and they don't know how to not. Yeah, we've been taught. We've been taught. Right? Everyone grows up differently. But the people that take responsibility for everything were usually made responsible for things from a very young age, to the point where their direct capacity, their direct link to the world has been forged from this perspective of I give you responsibility, you succeed, I praise you, I tell you you're a good little boy, you're a good little girl, you're a good little they them, right? And then you as a person start to believe that your capacity to be good is directly linked to your capacity to succeed at taking on this responsibility. And again, right, I don't want to simplify it as much as to say that's all there is to it. I think that's a part of it. Because I was the eldest, right? So since I was 2 years old, I have been called the older brother, right? Using that as a word. Awurbuti. I am the Awurbuti. I am the older one, by definition. As a 2-year-old, right? How can I be older than anything as a freaking 2-year-old? But still. And then as that 2-year-old, right, I started cooking as a 6-year-old. Like my mom taught me how to cook eggs and make toast as a 6-year-old. So I could do stuff like that. And my parents wouldn't be home, and it would be me and my 4-year-old little brother, and I would make him eggs on toast. Making sure my grammar was correct. I would make him eggs on toast. And then this absolute heathen would put tomato sauce on my eggs and toast before he tasted any of the eggs and toast that I had made. Sacrilege. Even at that age, right? So much pride. So much pride. I was like, actually, I was offended. How can I be offended as a 6-year-old about someone putting sauce on my food without tasting it? The point I'm trying to make with this reflection is that I cannot be taught, I don't think at least, I can be taught to be as obsessive as I am. I think I can be taught how to channel, how to take responsibility, right? This energy, take responsibility of this energy that every single one of us have. But I think every single one of us are fortunately different in that way. And how you take responsibility, why you take responsibility, how much responsibility you take differs between all of us. And I think that's beautiful. Today, however, though, I want us all to just take responsibility for our mistakes, right? Because all of our mistakes are our mistakes. And in that way, all of us need to take responsibility for it. Like, there's no room for confusion. No room for confusions. Love is true though, right? Bless all of us. Carrying a burden for a fractal that does not feed the spirit. I think about that and it reminds me where I stand and how I move through this life. Sam, you're describing my stepmother. She's the solution to everyone's problem, whether they want her or not. That last line adds a lot of context. It's not necessarily the best context, but a lot of context. I was more talking about being in the position where you take blame for not only the things you do, but for the things other people do as well, and just accept that without fighting it. I haven't met many people like that. And I haven't been put in many positions to be like that either. And in that way, I haven't been that way too many times. So I don't really have the infrastructure to talk about that as a topic, actually, I'm realizing. Taking responsibilities is more like an action thing for me. I'm like, oh wow, I can actions in this world, and by my actions things change. Right? That to me is the ultimate responsibility. Like, goodness. Do you think about that for a second today? Is it too early to start thinking about that? Maybe. Maybe for you. It's going on 5 p.m. for me. I can start thinking about this stuff. Oh, goodness. The ultimate responsibility is action. How about that for a line? The ultimate responsibility is action. Sounds kind of cool. Is it true? Feels true. Feels true, right? And I was thinking about like the first voice that was like, I'll show you, was the voice of family. Was like, oh, what if you have kids, Mel? That's a bigger responsibility than action. And I go, bro, have you tried raising kids without any actions? You cannot cook food without action. You cannot put to sleep without action. You cannot drive to school without action. All right, all of that's actions. So yeah, it still comes back to action. Is love an action? I hear voices say love is an emotion. I see. For me, love is truth. Right? Love is truth, not necessarily an action. Is action truth? If I take action, it could establish some sort of truth in you. Right? If I say I'm going to stand up and then the action of standing up follows. That is the truth. Maybe I'm going, hey, Gary Lee, Brother Bear, 555. You know, like I have 47 and 74% on my timestamps. The fact that you're sending 555 feels like almost like a clicking up of synchronicity. I received these little flowers printed as stickers, some of my art, today. And they send you by SMS a code that you have to give your delivery driver when he gives you your package. And my code today was 444. And that made me absurdly happy. So ridiculously happy. And the fact that your blessing was with 555 right now makes me happy too. Sending you lovin's. Fit Demon, I don't know if you noticed, but next to your name is this little sticker. Gary Lee, next to your name is this sticker. I think so. Yeah, I think it is. Next to Kristen's name, I think she might have gone. Lovin's to all. She might have. She did wave us goodbye. But I can see them on the icons. Bro. Yay. Is this one? This is one of my personal favorites. I really love this flower. I see it now. It's very small on my phone screen. Awesome. Yeah. From digital. Because think about that, right? That flower only existed as a digital thing for the longest time. And you have been rocking it next to your name for a while. Every time you text alongside your name, that symbol is flying into my brain. But as a digital representation of itself. And now suddenly being able to hold in physical reality something that used to be me, right? These flowers are made out of my outfits. You friends being able to gift me scarves. This was a gift from Merman. Merman and Stephanie is his beloved's name. So in that way, let me see. I think one of these does have the orange. Yeah, this one. This flower, that bright orange in the middle, is this scarf. And I already showed you, but now we're down this rabbit hole again. This flower was made with this color spectrum. Oh, how fun. I want to make a collection of all of these little flowers. I think I am happy with the size, but just because my brain wants to do it like that, I kind of want to make them 44 millimeters by 44 millimeters. Right now, they're 40 millimeters by 40 millimeters. There's strangers. There's strangers at my house. One of the cars are stranger cars. You know them strangers?
No.
You also don't know the strangers?
No.
Y'all see. Double stranger.
I don't know. It's
Stranger plus. So. Stranger deluxe. I was more talking about Bless Again, but your Disney stepmom sounds like an interesting piece of work, Fit. I'd love to pick that apart if you feel like talking more. If not, why not? John come in. He just saw the stranger car. I at least got to see the Tani. She's the OG Harvey from the Children of Lur. Nobody chose to spend time with her, so she forces herself on local charities that can't turn her away. I think I missed some crucial context. Disney Princess vibes. A friend to the infirmed because they can't get away, Sam. You painted a very clear picture of that one. Anyone remember Elmira from Animaniacs? No, I can't say I did. You hit a bullseye with that one. What a nightmare. The Wicked Stepmom predates Disney. She's the OG Harvey. My Wicked Stepmom predates. I didn't read that one, but my mind like almost glitched out listening to it. Love is true. Bless you, bro. Stopping by and saying hello. Bless you, Connor. Melty is motivating me to go do stuff today. With all of that, responsibility is action talk. I mean, do one thing. Do one thing and then revel in feeling how responsible you are. You know, feel so good about it. Go and do one thing. An important caveat, however, is unconditional love is slightly different. Once you get to the point where you can share that of another person and do so, you do not get to take it back or not feel it. This is true. But in that way, that unconditional love only follows a lot of action. Gets cool. I'm sorry, Sam. I'm playing into it a little bit. Hope all is well with Melt and friends. Even better with you here, friend. Sending you loves, bro. I see it now. It's very small on my screen. Bless again. Gotta head out. Love the flowers, brother. What a vibe. I have a tornado warning as well. So I'm gonna go. Stay safe, bro. I look forward to seeing you here again tomorrow. I thank you, friends, for joining me here today. You have so many responsibilities right now, have had in the past, will have in the future. We have a responsibility towards one another. At least I believe to make the most of this human experience that we have been given. And I thank you, friend, for joining me, for spending some of your time, for feeling some of this responsibility, for taking the actions that were required for you to be here in this moment. No, this is the card. Wheels of Light. Wheels. Wheels? Yeah, with an S. Wheels of Life. This is hubris, but these can be wheels, right? These be like bad wheels. Maybe this one is like more grip. But these used to be only made of light, and now they're made of matter. Why is my mind so stuck on the fact that that's insane? Can we just acknowledge that that is kind of insane? The fact that we can do stuff like that? That I can make something with transistors. Right? I lock things into transistors, and then I send those locked transistors, or at least the information to explain where those transistors are and then a machine just like builds out of particulates that object though.
It's not just printing, it's not just ink, it's like...
Dude, it layered it up, yeah, from nothing onto it. Like, what in the fuck? How is...
Yeah, and now you've unlocked the dangerous genie, because now I want big ones.
Bro,
Put on my guitar.
someone was like, they want to cover their house in them, dude. And tell me how much it will cost to cover my house in them. I'm like, bro, a lot of money. It's like $20,000 kind of vibes to cover your whole house.
There's a lot of... That's big scale printing as well. Industrial printers are very expensive.
I mean, we would do it with that one. We would do it with that printer. We would just print a flower, the max size of the entire sheet instead of...
Yeah.
Could be very cool though.
But like I need big one of the same flower. I need different sizes of the same flower.
You want a bunch of triangles like that?
Yes, and I wanna do the guitar in just that one. vibe.
I mean, we know what it costs now.
Mm.
It would cost like max $2,000 to cover your entire guitar.
Yeah.
Man, less
Like,
than that actually.
I want one very big one that I want to put over where the hole and stuff is, and then I want to just cut out exactly where the strings and stuff are, so it doesn't go in like in the way. But I want to put it like around that hole as the centerpiece, the guitar blade thing, and then have those 3 blades go out to the sides.
One of our friends that's here right now has this symbol next to their username because it's also the stickers I use from my YouTube members.
Yeah.
And I did show them the sticker on your guitar. Oh, that's who they are. Instantly, yeah, instantly the connection got made.
The noisemakers.
The noisemakers, yeah. The screws were like maybe too big. And they got delodged, and then the railing in Tani Charlene's room came down, and we do not have a electric drill, so we cannot just remake the holes and maybe fill them with something. I don't know if they're gonna just do them a little bit to the side. Yeah, John wants big flowers. I mean,
I need
we
one
can
that's
do
like
that.
this size.
We can do that. That's like 15, no, maybe like 30, no, like 25 centimeters by 25 centimeters.
And it pickles.
You keep pointing like I should make it happen right now. Do it.
Make it happen.
Do it now.
Do the thing.
Do it right now.
Big flower I want now.
I mean, if not, why not, bro? As like your first paycheck of smelt, you spend on psychedelifying your guitar. And then second paycheck, we buy a bunch of clothing from America through Kristen's shop.
And the Mind Melt Visuals first paycheck. I want to do tattoos. So.
Bruh, like the Mind Melt Visuals first paycheck might only come like in the year 2077. I just never pay us a salary. I'm sorry. Actually, I don't want to pay us any salary. You can't do that, Melt. I'm my own employee, bro. I can. Who am I gonna complain to? Myself?
The worst case scenario, I only have 2 people complaining.
Yeah, no, I'm joking, of course. I am joking. I am joking now. Yeah, no, I am joking. I did already ask Fen about it. We just have to go through the paperwork. We have to like take selfies. How about that? If we want to get paid, we have to first take selfies. Like that's the world we live in. Can you just again? What in the fucking? How is that real? You have to have a piece of plastic that has your face on it, and then also you have to take a picture of your face, and only then is it okay for you to get paid. Feeding for all of those freaking disheartened raccoons, bro. Trying to make a living out
like
there.
the sweet music in there. I need my coffee.
These coffees. I haven't read this card just yet. But the Wheels of Light, Darla from Finding Nemo. The responsibility is action. Love is true, bro. Nice stickers, bro. Trillions of transistors. Yeah, like. My mind doesn't even, I don't even use that terminology. Like the fact that, I don't know if you know, you probably don't, maybe don't. And this is me just being like hubris. We lost like $2 trillion of market cap over the last week.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, you see, like, good thing you don't know. It's not nice knowing these things.
Fuck.
Right? But again, $2 trillion of market cap, I hear $2 trillion, and it doesn't mean jack shit to me. Because my mind can't even comprehend how much money that is, dude. $2,000 billion. 2,000 billions of dollars.
That's a lot of money, bro.
And a billion is 1,000 million of dollars.
Number size comprehension.
And $1 million is 20 million rand. No, I can't. Your brain is not. It doesn't. So transistors. I just say transistors because that's what they are. The numbers. I can't even. I wonder how many transistors it takes exactly for one of my flowers. That would be an interesting stat. Hello!
Hello, how are you?
Liking yourself?
I'm good, thanks. What's your mom?
Oh, your digital flowers are finding analog lives, and now they will live somewhere. Sticked up against the surface, looking at the world, getting taken places. You're a pretty cool, Jopo, that's true. You dreamt of a flower, then it appeared. Just pretty cool. It is pretty awesome. One of the users that's here also has a 60% completed Melbourne flower painting that is a meter by a meter. That's gonna be a rare one, bro. Not many like them exist in the universe. Never mind in the world. No, you, huge flower. F those mats, yeah. Yeah, no thank you. I don't wanna understand. I actually don't wanna understand. I don't wanna understand what losing 11% of a multi-trillion-dollar company means. What does that mean, actually, for the employees, for the logistics, for the, like, woo, my brains, thank goodness. I don't have to think about that stuff. I get to think about, I get to think about this. That's what I was thinking about today. Where are my flowers? I woke up and I saw on my SMSs that this was on their way. And I had to tell the person who was going to give them to me, I had to tell him 444. I had to say 444 to that person for him to hand me these things. And that feels like absolute insanity. And I'm happy that I get to worry about such things. I don't get to worry about these sounds. Oh, la 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 la. Ah. Chakras, or energy centers. Chakras are the human bodies. I did pull this upside down. I pulled it upside down, and I'm only gonna read the upside down meaning because it feels so true. You may feel a little bit off today. I felt especially off during my yoga. I feel a little bit better now again, but it was like a little bit touch and go there for a second. Sit quietly and visualize the perfect rainbow that will help you regain balance. Okay, I saw rainbows. And then, as I got closer to the rainbows, I realized that they weren't just bands going like this, but they were planes. And in those planes, I saw what looked like crowns adorning those planes of color. And when I got closer, I realized that what looked like a gem and then something that goes back as a crown was actually a person's head and their arms. And then I realized from their arms, the curvature their arms was following, the light was like curved in as well. Yeah. Do I feel more balanced? I do. I was gonna say I didn't feel unbalanced when I started, and then I referenced, and it checked out that I was actually feeling pretty unbalanced, and that I feel a little bit more balanced now. I thank you, friends, for joining me, for being in this moment of balance alongside me. Once again, I'm gonna get us a goodbye message, and then I'll see you, friends. That's so cool. I'm sorry for getting distracted, but I saw in my newsfeed that one of the brands, I own a product of theirs, an EcoFlow. It's the thing that keeps our Wi-Fi on sometimes. You friends helped me get it. I literally had to beg. Our load shedding went up to stage 8, which means we were for a while without power for like 12 hours a day, which means I wouldn't have had Wi-Fi to do these live streams. And Katie, is it Katie? Yeah, Katie was one of the friends that like gave $130. It was like $180 total that I needed. I already had like a $230 saved, and I was like, I need to get this thing. So they just posted a thing about a hat that has embedded solar panels in it that you can charge your devices with on the go. And my mind's like, I really like that. I adore that idea. That's so awesome. I get sun protection. While I get sun protection, my smart glasses or my earphones or my cell phone or my brain computer interface eventually is getting wirelessly charged. Oh, that's so cool. All right. Please write us a Shan message about taking responsibility. Especially for the things that we are embarrassed about. Epic lovin's to you too. Thank you, Kristen, for making our days brighter by letting us know that we've made yours brighter too. I hope you all have the most magnificent day. I wholeheartedly love you all so astonishingly, marvelously and astoundingly, profoundly, overwhelmingly, radiantly, remarkably, magnificent, Mel, and all of you. Oh, so uplifting and inspiring and heartwarming and gracious, magnificent and nurturing, splendid, heartwarming, heartening and benevolent friends who take responsibility even for the things we're embarrassed about. And thank you, friends, for taking responsibility of this moment with me. I'll see you again soon, tomorrow, and until we do, I love you. Thank you, friends.